Hello, Randino the Randini, and we're going to try to get this Mustang started. There's three things that we need to know to get this car started since it's sat for so long. We need to have air, fuel, and fire. So let's take a look at some of the things that we're going to need. We're going to look at the air filter, make sure it's clean. We're also going to look at the upper intake, make sure it's cleaned out. That allows us access to the fuel rails and the fuel injectors. We're going to need to check those out as well. We need to look at the distributor and the coils, and then we're also going to need a battery. Then we're going to take a look at the fuel tank, make sure it's good to go.
And as always, please like and subscribe. All right, we have here where the spark plugs got eaten by rats. And as you can see, there's nothing left of the cables. Here we have the distributor and the upper intake manifold, which we're going to take off and clean. And so here we are going ahead and removing the upper intake. I did clean it out. I used soap and water at first, let it completely dry out. Then I dried it with a compressor and scraped it and sanded it to get it clean. And we had to be very careful not to get anything inside the engine. So I did stuff rags in there once I got the upper intake off. And let's go see what Mando's doing. All right, Mando. Oh, you're cleaning the convertible top. Way to go. Use that toothbrush. Actually, what we found to work better is letting the sunlight do most of the work. But it was a nice try here with the toothbrush. Now we're going to put the intake manifold back on, and it was a beast. Actually, right here, I think I'm messing with the vacuum lines. Actually, when I went in there, I had to redo the lines because they were completely broken and deteriorated. And so we had to go back and redo those. And it was a pain to get back there. So I hope you guys just enjoy me fiddling around trying to figure out how to get those vacuum lines off. Really would have been easier if I had smaller hands. Could have got in there and really got those done better. And while we're here, let's talk about the fuel injectors. My fuel injectors were cracked, so they had to be totally replaced. And here we are. This is going to be a family affair getting this all back on. This is Miss Randini putting the hose on. You know, I found it easier if I was doing the heavy lifting, holding the part while she attached the hose. That seemed to work really well. Many of you guys that are mechanics, you guys do all this without much help. I don't see how you get it done, but we tried to make it work here. And here we're putting it on, the spark plug wires are getting in the way, hoses are getting in the way. Again, I know a lot of you guys do this on your own. But we had some difficulty. It took the whole fam to get that in there. We also want to be careful not to rip the gasket. We also didn't want to get anything inside the engine, so probably we're a little more cautious than we really needed to be, but we seemed to get it done. Oh, look at that hose. Yeah, that kind of hosed everything up. And as you can see, it's taking way longer than it should have. Then we're going to go ahead and start putting the bolts in. As you notice, I don't have the placard on there, the 5.0 placard, but I do have it, and it gets put in later. I just didn't show that here. And here we are putting the bolts in. Obviously I could have used a tool, but for some reason I thought it was a good idea to do it with my hand. As you can see, it took way longer than needed. I really want to give a shout out to the pros out there. You guys make this stuff look a whole lot easier than when we're doing it ourselves, those of us normal Joes. Now these back here were horrendous. Could not get my hands back there and line up the holes. It just wasn't working for me at all. I got a junior Randini in there to get the bolts, and I even had daughter Randini giving it a shot. Again, this whole thing with this manifold just took way too long, and even with us having this sped up a little bit, it's still taking a long time. Those of you guys who like this kind of information, please give me a like if these are the kind of videos you want to see. That'll help me know what kind of things to include in my future videos. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have really used it till I stopped dropping everything. All right, here's the additional help. It's taken 3 of us to find those holes in the back on the upper intake there. If you guys have any hints of how to do this in the future to make it easier, I'd love to see it in the comments. Hopefully I don't have to do this again anytime soon, but I'm sure I'll get to do it sooner than I'd like. So if you guys have any tips here, that would be great. Yeah, I got to make sure I have all those lines cleared and accessible so that I can get back there and get those screws put in. And coming up, we're going to be transitioning from the engine bay and going to the fuel tank. This will be off soon, mercilessly. Alright, so here we are getting the fuel tank put together. And don't know if you guys ever put on a grommet. This thing was eating my lunch. Actually, this is one of the attempts. It took several attempts. I will tell you, if you guys are trying to replace the grommet, the sending unit, and the fuel pump, Gearhead 704 has a great video on his channel on all the stuff on how to do this, and it's pretty much step by step. Yeah, I had extreme difficulty getting that grommet in. I tried it barehanded. I tried it with a glove, and trying to make sure that I reduced the slippage of trying to put that in there. As you can see, this is the original sending unit and fuel pump that would have been not functional if I had tried to start it. And here we are putting the fuel tank back in. I'll have another video talking about specific issues that I had with the fuel tank, but one of the things was that the fuel tank that I tried first really did not fit in this space. They said it was a match for this model Foxbody, but it did not work, and it would not fit with the straps that hold it in. I really don't think it was the right one, and had a horrible time getting it in there, but I think on this try I actually got it in there. And what's Mando doing? Still trying to clean the top. Yep, still trying to clean the convertible top. I don't know how that's going to help us get the car started, but at least it's going to be clean in that area. Anyway, thank you guys all for bearing with us through this video, and I hope it was a good thing for you guys. please, again, let me know in the comments if this is the kind of content you want to see. All right, real soon we'll be able to get this vehicle started, I hope. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. You haven't done it already? Don't forget to smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and of course leave comments. I love the interaction.